Hi ladies, welcome back to the Perimenopause YouTube channel. This is Dr. Alexandra Dorig, and today we are back in the kitchen because I want to show you how to cook with another star ingredient that is just packed with nutrition, really essential nutrition, and to show you how to disguise it so that it just ends up adding a bit of sweetness to the overall taste of a meal. And your kids who don't typically enjoy this particular vegetable will actually start to like it, okay? Because they really can't taste anything but the sweetness that it adds to the overall meal. Before we start cooking, however, I would like to talk to you about a really important vitamin, and that is vitamin C. And we all know that citrus fruits are packed with vitamin C, and so is broccoli. And we talked about vitamin C and iron with the broccoli spinach combination. But today I just really want to make vitamin C the star of the show, okay? Because vitamin C, if you don't have enough of it, it really causes really poor overall health. You may be aware of the condition called scurvy, and this condition is, historically known to have plagued sailors and soldiers who were on long voyages or who were eating away from home for a prolonged period of time. And what the symptoms they were getting before they died from this condition was they were getting muscle aches and pains, weakness, bruising, bleeding gums, fatigue. They would fall sick very quickly because their immune system was very depressed. Now, the reason that you get these symptoms with scurvy or vitamin C deficiency is that vitamin C is crucial in the production and synthesis of collagen, and collagen is that substance that is the building block of skin, hair, in the walls of blood vessels, in muscles, in tendons and ligaments. So collagen synthesis is one of the very important actions of what involves vitamin C. We all know that vitamin C is important for the absorption of non-heme iron. It's important for health of bones and teeth. The immune system relies heavily on vitamin C in the pathways that occur when the immune system is activated. And finally, vitamin C is involved in the synthesis of certain hormones such as adrenaline and noradrenaline, but also in your peptide hormones. And if I was to give you a list, we're talking about insulin, glucagon, growth hormone, thyroid stimulating hormones, some of the hormones secreted by the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus. So this gives you an indication of how important vitamin C is for your hormone balance, okay? So if I can give you one thing to add and really add to every week and every day, it is vitamin C, okay? Because you are going to improve your hormone balance, you are going to improve your immune function, and you are going to really improve the strength of your bones, your muscles, your blood vessel walls, which we all want to be healthy, because an unhealthy blood vessel wall can get easily disease, which is plaque buildup and heart disease and blood vessel disease throughout the body. So vitamin C, start putting it into multiple meals during the week. Yes, you can have supplements, but the body tends to like natural food for the best absorption. So you're going to obviously do best when you are having the raw products that have these minerals, vitamins in them. Okay, so that's vitamin C. Now, so what is the star ingredient today? It's the capsicum, the humble capsicum, okay? We don't often put it in anything apart from stir fries, really, but I'm going to show you how to put it into just your tomato pasta sauce, okay? Today we are going to be cooking with roasted capsicums. I like to roast my capsicums first. I did that last night. You just put the capsicums in a deep tray with some alfoil on the bottom so it doesn't stick. Then pop it in the grill, and the skin will actually go black and it will bubble and it will burn. and then you just rotate it so that the entire capsicum, the skin is all black, and the capsicum has sort of become soft inside. The flesh has become soft, and it has sort of fallen into itself, almost like a spider that just sort of shrivels up when it's dead. Once that's happened, you just bring it out of the grill and you let it cool down, and once it's cool, you can just peel off the skin. You don't have to do it that way. The other thing that you can do is buy roasted red pepper strips like this. Any brand is okay. Red does tend to have more vitamin C. It also has more natural sweetness. So I like to add sweetness to my pasta sauce, just for the overall taste that I enjoy. So capsicum is a great way to add natural sweetness to any dish, really. But yes, if you don't have time to roast them yourselves, and it is a bit time consuming because you do have to turn them every so often, then just get yourselves the pre-roasted peppers, okay? Now, I would tend to add probably half a jar. You can add some of the oil with it that it's preserved in. Again, it'll increase the flavor, and you're going to add oil anyway. But this is a great solution to save a bit of time but still add this star ingredient. Capsicum also is rich in vitamin A, and we've talked about the benefits of vitamin A for your eye health in particular. It's also got vitamin B6, which is great for your mental health and for your for PMS symptoms and for periods. B6 is often what's recommended if you're getting some PMS, is the first recommendation of taking some sort of treatment for that. It's got vitamin K, which is important for the blood clotting processes and bone health as well. It's got a lot of folate in it, which is important for your red blood cell health, okay? And then it also has vitamin E, which is an antioxidant. If we then move into the minerals, it's got potassium, it has manganese, copper, calcium, it's high in fiber. The problem with capsicum, it's almost like Vegemite. It's a flavor that people either love or they hate. I grew up loving capsicum, but my kids hate capsicum, so I have to disguise it. And this is one meal that I've succeeded. Strategy is key when you are trying to give yourself nutrition if your taste buds hate that certain thing. But the capsicum is just so packed with essential nutrients that I encourage you to start using capsicum in your cooking. Okay? The other things I'm going to put in my meal is just some diced tomatoes. Now, tomatoes have also got some vitamin C and vitamin A in them. They've got fiber. They're a very high water fruit. And, you know, if you're making a pasta sauce without onions, is it really a pasta sauce? We'll add some passata, again, for some depth of flavour and for some thickening. The other thing that you may or may not want to add for the protein component is kidney beans. Now, my kids happen to like these because we often put kidney beans in our Mexican mince, our chili con carne. In this particular dish, I will be blending it so that it is not apparent as well. So I'm going to be disguising my kidney bean, but I am going to be adding protein through adding the kidney beans as well. Okay. Now I want to show you the things that I put in under the grill last night. I've got my capsicum here. So you can see that it's clearly, I'll just pick some up. It no longer has the skin on it, okay? And it's very, very soft. I can easily mash that. I did some red onions as well. And then we've got just some celery. Now, the celery will blend, but if it's too fibrous, again, you may decide just to have cooked with it to sort of soften the flavour. I love adding celery when I really want to disguise a strong flavour, and capsicum happens to be a strong flavour. So adding the celery will dampen the flavour of the capsicum so that it's not going to be noticeable to your taste buds. So just a tip there of when to add celery. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get this all ready, and then we'll blend it up, and then we'll go from there. Salt for seasoning, a good heaped teaspoon for that amount. And you can then add it afterwards if you feel you need to. Some pepper. Okay. To really just coat it. And we'll get some oil, and then we're just going to blend this up. Okay, so we'll add again a good squirt of oil. Olive oil is great, a great healthy fat. Huge health benefits cardiovascular wise, and great for flavour as well. So time to blitz this up. Take the spoon out, and we'll go for it. It's a bit noisy, so it won't record. So this is our finished product after we've blended everything. You can see just how creamy that is, and how thick and rich. And I haven't put this on the stove at all, and yet the depth of flavour is absolutely amazing. And it tastes like a several hour long boiled, creamy, thick, rich pasta sauce. It is just amazing. Okay, so what we're going to do now is use this. You could use this, as a sauce for pasta directly if you want a vegetarian pasta. Okay, but what I'm going to do tonight is we're going to actually use this sauce to bake some meatballs in the oven. So we'll get that all together. Okay, so we've got our meatballs here. We'll just pop them into an oven-proof dish. They'll come out eventually. Okay, I don't have to touch them. I hate touching meat, so it's pretty important that you do when you're cooking. But if I can avoid it, I avoid it. Okay, so we'll just spread these around. Now, I just got the beef and pork meatballs that are already made. You can make your own, but if you're anything like me, time is just too short, and enjoyment of cooking is only really through providing meals that my family are going to be given nutrition from. Okay, and then we're just going to, now the amount of sauce I've made is going to be plenty to put in the freezer and bring out another week. So I am literally just going to fill this meatball, and we won't use that spoon in our sauce because it's touched the meat. But I'm going to probably use half of what I made with the sauce and put it all over my meatballs so that they're pretty much in a bath of sauce. Okay. And then we are going to bake this in the oven. Okay. And towards the end, put some cheese on top, and then let the cheese sort of cook and melt a bit. And then what I will do when we actually have dinner is I've gotten into the habit of to make your meal even more nutritious, lower calorie. I cook pasta and cauliflower in the same saucepan. I boil them together. When the pasta's ready, the cauliflower's ready, and then if your kids are struggling to cope with the cauliflower, mine just don't mind it at all, then bake it in the oven, because the cauliflower then becomes like a cauliflower bake. It becomes so soft that you don't even again notice the texture of the cauliflower because it's all just softened. So you can choose to boil your pasta and then just make a bake out of it instead of having it just as a bolognese type thing. Okay, so that's it. How easy was that? That has to be one of the quickest meals that you will ever prepare. That is just so packed with vitamin C and so packed with so many important vitamins and minerals that you just can't go wrong here. Everyone is going to love this. The flavors that people don't like are fully disguised. That celery really helps, as I said, with just disguising the deep capsicum flavor, so that you only end up with the sweetness and with the smokiness because you've roasted them. You can get away entirely with putting anything on the stove and cooking it. If you buy your red peppers in a jar, but I like grilling mine. I actually find doing it the night before, when I'm sitting down doing homework with the children, or I'm doing the kitchen cleanup, because then I'm in the kitchen and I'm able to just keep an eye on it. When you grill food, you just tend to keep your oven door open, and so that allows me just to keep a close eye on it and to turn it frequently. I add the celery and the onion for flavor balancing, as well as for the nutritional benefits of those other two food groups. Give it a try. It is going to be a fantastic addition to your quick, nutritious meals that you will add to your regular recipe file. Sorry, can't think of a good word there, but that's it for our cooking session today. Stay posted. I've got more educational videos coming, and have a great day. Bye for now.